What's going on, guys? Avxry here, bringing you another tutorial on the Easter egg for Revelations, and this is the full guide. It's very easy and detailed. Will also be very quick and to the point, but if you guys want to skip to a certain step, I have it on screen so you guys don't have to skim through the whole entire video. Literally just click on whatever the title is in the step and you'll be able to go there and with no problem. If you guys did enjoy this or did use this guide, drop me a like because I did spend a lot of time on this and putting it together for you guys. But anyway, let's get into it. Step 1 to triggering this Easter egg is very simple. All you have to do is be in the spawn and make sure you have a single shot weapon or be light on the trigger. Now you need to shoot the tombstones of the original 4 in the order they died in. So we have Richtofen, Dempsey, Takeo, and Nikolai. Now from left to right, you want to shoot the tombstone number 2, 3, 1, and 4. When you've done it correctly, you will hear thunder and then there'll be little flames on the tombstones. And that means you can continue on to step 2, but if you messed up or shot too many shots into it, just wait a few seconds or wait around and then retry. At this point, you're going to want to craft the Keeper Protector, and at this point, you're going to want to locate the little triangular rock that has risen above the little jump pad area. It is kind of hard to see, but you will notice it once you look for it more often, and also on screen, you can see it as well, so you have an idea of what you're looking for. Now, it's going to spawn in 3 different locations. First one is going to be Mob of the Dead Cafeteria. If it's not there, check the Verukt by Kino jump pad, and then check the Shangri La jump pad. Now, if it's in one of those and you find it, make sure you call in the Keeper Protector, take the jump pad where the rock is, and then wait to take it back, and then stand in the red jump pad, and then the Keeper will start doing a ritual and chanting, and you must protect this Keeper at all costs until the Keeper is actually done, which will then drop a film reel. So make sure you have weapons, Lil'Arnies or Apothicon Servant or Thunder Guns to protect them, because depending on what round you are, it may get a little hectic. After you've picked up the reel, all you want to do is make your way over to Nacht on the 2nd floor. You're going to see where you can place the tape or the reel, and then it's going to play an audio cue. This actually triggers the next step to find the next audio reel. There are 3 of them in total. Step 3 will be getting the 2nd audio reel, which you need to get Lil'Arnies for, and this is actually quite interesting because you must make your way to the Apothicon. Once you get to the Apothecon's stomach, you're going to notice that there are 9 spawn points or holes within the stomach and where the zombies come from, and you need to throw all of your Lil'Arnies in each one of the holes. Every 3 Lil'Arnies that you get is basically going to spawn in 3 margwas. So in a total, you're going to have 9 margwas at some time. They are actually kind of weak, so it's really not that bad, and you do get drops out of it. So I would advise you to keep 1 zombie at the end of every round. But also, if you have cashback, this is very, very beneficial, and you will know that you're throwing it into the holes properly if you do not get the Samantha laughing noise. But if you do, then you must locate the hole that you've missed, and it can get quite annoying if you were sloppy with it and don't remember where you threw them last. But once you get all 9 of them, then basically killing all 9 of the margwas, make your way to the bridge and you'll see another audio reel. Once you pick this up, you basically want to make your way over to Kino. On the Kino stage, there'll be another place to place the reels, and then you can move on to step 4. This is where the community effort came in, because everyone came together to find 6 bones, which we actually didn't know the number at the time, so a huge congratulations to us for that, because that was just a pain in the ass. It was a long game of hide and seek, but anyway, let's get into it. So what you need to do is find 6 bones which are covered up by rocks. Now you also need a pack-a-punch weapon to uncover these bones from the rocks, and you also need the upgraded Apothicon Servant to collect these and then bring them to Nacht. So what you want to do is go to one of these locations, which is the first one, and that is Shang, and it's above the stamina up perk, and all there is a little rock under the jagged type of wall. You want to shoot it with an upgraded weapon, and then you'll see the skull pop up exactly where I do, and you want to shoot the Apothicon Servant near it, so then it sucks it in, and once you hear the noise, you can move on to the next area. Make your way over to the spawn, and by the ritual area, if you're looking at the quick revive, to the right you'll see a church, and then you want to look past a little bit of rocks, and towards the further wall you want to shoot another rock where a bone will be appeared, and once you do so, you could actually see it start spinning and floating around. Shoot your Apothicon Servant and collect that one as well. Our third location is Nacht, and what you want to do is shoot exactly where I do, and you'll notice that the bone will pop up and rotate. Just shoot exactly where you shot before, before with the Apothicon Servant to consume it. Otherwise, you're just going to shoot it into the Oblivious, and then there's no point. But anyway, pick that up, and then you get ready for the next one. The fourth one is near Verukt. Now, what you want to do is go by the ritual pad and look for the waterfall. When you do so, look to the left of it, and there'll be rocks. Now, there's big boulders, and you see the triangular one. Look to the left a little bit and up, and you'll notice that there is actually a smaller rock by the square one. You want to shoot it, and the bone will pop up, and shoot exactly where you shot with the regular weapon with your Apothicon Servant to suck it up. And when you do so, you're ready for your next piece. The fifth location is near Origins and the Keeper Protector. So it's actually where the big robots would stomp down. Look out towards the spawn, and you'll notice there's a cluster of little rocks all like in an oval, and then look down a little bit, and you'll notice that there is a rock that you can shoot it, and then another piece will be revealed, and you want to shoot your Apothicon Servant to collect it, and then you're ready for your final piece. Last but not least, we have our sixth piece, and it is pretty difficult because you want to get the anti-gravity going in Der Eisendrache, and you want to wall run, and the wall closest to the ritual pad, you want to get the bottom right of it if you're wall running on the right side of it, and you want to shoot it like I did with the Draken or any weapon, and then you'll notice the spine comes out. Now, if you have enough time to cling back onto the wall, take out your Apothicon Servant and collect it, or you can just stand there in the ritual area and collect it on the side. You'll notice it's very visible when you actually see the spine come out, and then you just want to collect it again, and when you do so, you're ready for your next step. Step 5 is actually going to be where you gather all of your bones, and when you do so, you're going to make your way up to Notch, the second floor, the same place that you place the audio reel, and you'll notice that all of the bones that you collected will be on the floor and kind of like in a pile. Now, at this point, you want to shoot your upgraded Apothicon Servant at the bones, and then you'll see them rise into it, and then you'll see a female corpse, which everyone is assuming to be Sophia. At this point, you're going to want to shoot another upgraded Apothicon Servant bullet at it, and then you'll notice that the body disappears and a film reel will pop out. Now you want to pick that up, and then you want to bring it all the way up to Origins where the normal Pack-a-Punch was, and you want to place it and play that audio. And that actually ends the fifth step. Step 6, you're going to revisit Notch, and you're going to look up exactly where the body was. Now you notice there's a hologram of Sophia from Crovy. Now she'll take on that form, and what you need to do from here is activate every single turret, and you want to shoot the metallic type of glassy or frozen 115 meteors that we've all taken note of in the sky. Now you want to shoot the correct ones that will correspond to Notch when it deflects off of there. Once you actually get the laser to deflect, it will be stuck and kick you off the turret, and then you can move on to the next one. So make sure you have enough points for this, and also try to aim for the blue 115 dots on the meteor, which tends to stick immediately when you hit it. So again, make sure you get every location to stick with the laser, and then once you do so, you're going to want to make your way back up to Notch, and then you'll find Sophia. Step 7, get close to Sophia in Notch, and she'll become a solid, or the form that she was in Garod Crovy, and then you must follow her into Kino. Once you get there, you're going to hear a lot of audio cues, and she'll be, I guess, skimming the top of the ceiling in Kino, and then she'll sit herself on top of the teleporter in Kino, and then she'll charge it up where all players must get in the teleporter in order to teleport into Samantha's room. Now once you get in there, you will notice like everything that was in there previously in previous games as well, just a lot more detailed, and you're going to want to locate the Kronorium book. Mine was on the bed when I was in the game, and you want to hold square to pick it up, and then you'll have to just wait till you teleport out of there. Step 8, you're going to teleport back into Kino, and what you want to do is place the Kronorium on the podium on the stage, and when you do so, blue orbs or souls will float out up to the projector room. When you get up there, you'll notice that there are 4 types of symbols on the ground, which are actually the ruins of the creations, and this actually brings up the next step. Step 9 is pretty interesting because you want to find an orange egg, and it looks a little bit like this, but it's pretty cool because it will be 1 egg in each island, and once you find it, it's kind of a little bit blending in, it's a little bland in a sense, but once you find it, make your way to the Apothicon stomach. Once you get there, all you want to do is hold X or square to toggle it in the placeholder, which is kind of in the green swamp area, and when you do so, you want to collect about 10 kills, and then once all the souls get collected in there, a Gateworm will pop up. Once you get this Gateworm, you want to walk around the map in each one of the areas. Now, we don't really know exactly all the areas, but this is where I found them. And what you want to do is have vibration on. When you have vibration on, you could actually find these type of sonar pings, which is going through the audio. So when you get close, it's going to have a ping, and every time you get closer, it's going to ping quicker, and your controller will vibrate. And once you get as close as you can, and like most rapid pings, hold X or square where you could pick up this type of Gateworm. He'll come out, and then he'll give you a symbol of the ruin, or the ruins of the creation symbol, and then you will have one of the 4. Now you must rinse and repeat until you have all 4 of them. So again, once you pick up an egg in one area, move on to the other islands because you already got that one, and same goes for the Gateworms. After collecting all the eggs and then getting them as Gateworms, and then collecting all 4 ruins of the creations, what you're going to want to do is have all of your players go back to the projector room in Kino, and once all players are standing in there, make sure you have someone remembering the symbols, because once you get into the boss room, this is your first boss fight. Just keep in mind, you want to be a little bit prepared because it is your first one. There is a second one later, so just have a little bit of, I guess, a heads up. So what you want to do is make your way over to the Kronorium podium and hold square or X, and then it will open up to the pages. You'll notice that it will come up with the runes of creation symbols, and in order to remember them, basically pull up your inventory and then look at all the ones down below. How I did it, I looked at the colors and I matched them with colors. So I would say blue is whatever, and then pink or purple, whatever the colors were, and then I would remember that order, like pink, purple, yellow, blue, and then like that was literally how simple it was, because you're gonna have to remember these for the little game of, I guess, Simon Says, I guess. And when you get all the symbols basically out of the book, what you want to do is make your way back to where you spawned, and you'll notice that there are purple hollow symbols, like, I guess, flashing, and they'll stay there for a little bit, and you want to get it in the same order the book told you. Now, in order to do so, you have to walk over it and hold square or X, and make sure you have the proper order, otherwise it will teleport you out there, and then you have to restart, and that's no fun. But once you get it done and all complete, then the boss fight will start, and it's 3 waves of type of elemental things, where you have electricity, fire, and then you have 0 gravity, where you actually get hurt if you don't stand in the spotlights. So you want to make sure that you get rid of the margwas as quick as possible in order to advance on to your next step. Step 11 is actually pretty cool because it's like a little game of Quidditch, or actually a zombies version of Uplink, because once you get teleported out, you or one of your players will be holding a summoning key. This actually has a 1-hit kill. You can pass it to players as well by just throwing the trigger or hitting the trigger, and then you can pass it to players that kind of know what they're doing or are a little bit more accurate than you. But basically, what you want to do is note that if you do lose this summoning key, it will come back in a few seconds or maybe a few minutes, so do not worry, just try to survive the rounds as long as possible. Now what you want to do is find the familiar Easter eggs in all of the maps. There are actually 6 locations, which we're going to start off in Origins. There is the the Ice Tombstone, where you want to throw the uplink summoning key at it. Now, when you know you've done it properly, then there will be a white expanding orb along with one of the toys that were in Samantha's room, and also kind of been around zombies in general. So moving on to the second location, we actually go to Shang, and there's a blue orb in the tree, and what you want to do is throw it midway up the steps. You're going to stand, throw it out there, and if you miss, it will come back, and if you actually hit it, it will come back to the guy that threw it. And then you're going to move on to the next area, which is the Eisendrache Clock, which actually has a type of hat feature as well, so everyone knows where this is, and it's not hard to miss. But moving on to the next area, we have the Kino Chandelier, which is kind of tough to hit the hitbox on there, but you will get it eventually because it just drops down as long as you're not being careless with your aiming. So the next area is actually Verukt, where we're going to go look for the fountain with the MG42, and it's a little bit more to the left of the waterfall, and what you want to do is throw it on there. We actually just hit the top of it, which we got lucky for, and then again you could see the images. And then last but not least, you're going to want to make your way to the Mob of the Dead area, and then you're going to want to throw it into a jail cell where the actual silver or yellow poster is for one of the old Easter eggs. Now you'll know that you're done when the summoning key stops spawning in. And then completing the teleporter becomes basically electric. Then once you look at the teleporter in Kino, it will become electrocuted again, and that means you're ready for the final boss fight. So what you're going to want to do is get ready with gobblegums, get your hats like the god mask or I like using the night mask because it's way better against the bosses, and I really do feel like it's very, very beneficial. But we're going to have to go into the next step. Step 12 is the final step, and all you need to do is complete the boss fight. Now, it's actually pretty easy because there is, I guess, a little shorter amount of time due to the first boss fight, but all you need is Lil'Arnie's, which is really just a must, along with a weapon to shoot the Shadow Man at the end. So in order to complete this, what you need to do is make your way to the teleporter, and when you get in there, you're going to teleport back into the boss fight. There's going to be 4 cauldrons, which normally you put your Gateworms in, but the summoning key will be in there. You'll see a hologram of Sophia, which you need to I guess, fill up the cauldrons with the summoning key with some souls on the map. Now, you could actually fill up the souls from anywhere within the boss fight, which is pretty cool. There'll be panzers, margwas, and also the map will change depending on how long you take. You could actually do this within the first cauldron, and like within under a minute, you could beat the final boss fight. And all you need to do is fill up the first pedestal with the summoning key in it, and then in order to toggle it, you need to just press square or X, and once you finally filled it up with all the souls won't go into it anymore. There'll be different flares around that cauldron, and then pick up the summoning key and throw it into Sophia's hologram, just like how it is in Uplink. When you do that, you're gonna simply just go over to the Shadow Man and start killing him, and if you don't get it this time, move over to another cauldron, and then you can just keep doing it until you actually complete it, because you can get it on the first one. You do not need to do all 4 of them, and it's pretty cool because it's like Shadows of Evil, where you just shoot him into the Apothecon's mouth. There are 2 really unique rewards that you get at the end of this, which are actually going to be the unlocks where there's Home Sweet Home that gives you 20,000 XP and a calling card, and then you also get Primus Rules that gives you 1 million XP along with another calling card. And honestly, I think that's absolutely insane, and that is if you did every single Easter egg, and that's the second one that you get, and then you'll get to the cutscene. Now, if you also have done every single Easter egg, you can get the RK5 in every single map and in the spawn of it, so you don't have to purchase it for 500 points, along with you get the MR6, so it does change your setup pretty decently because you're not wasting money on 500 points, and also it's another point weapon. But anyway, guys, I hope you did go along and enjoy this tutorial. If you definitely did, drop a like, because I did spend a lot of time for you guys, and also I try to make it as user-friendly as possible. There will be other guides on my channel for specifically every location of the egg, and also where you can get the Gateworms and the Ruins of Creation symbols. So if you guys want to see that, definitely comment down below and drop a like. My name's Avxry, and I'm out.